If we can just get rid of all of the emotional disturbance that living in this world can definitely cause, and let alone the radiation from narcissists. See, all I wanted to say in my last video is, the predicament that the healthiest people see, and it's always been this way, probably, I don't know, and the best isn't making it out there because of this, and is um, the money's the money making scene more than ever. Really, I don't know anything about it, and I wish I can go to electronic and have it work for me, right? See, I need a little bit more time here. It's really literally buying time, because here's the thing, and I don't really want to talk about it now, but it's time for me to leave, and I'm kind of trapped. I'm trapped in fully encased situation that of nothing but mental cases, and I'm going to stick with that. See, I will stick with that. I'm not going to cause anybody harm, but I'm going to continue to call it out and say, no, you're not healthy enough to help me. Not really. Humanity does need help, but we can't get it from the society, who is, most of them, 80%, if not 99.99%, are fully encapsulated mental cases. The statistic is said to be 80% have a problem with the full-on encapsulated. I call it the encapsulated awareness, but no, they're saying the fully encapsulated mind. It's hard to pull, look into and say, well, what do you mean? Because the mind is encapsulation. When it becomes a problem, the awareness is sucked all the way in, and it cannot see beyond it. And that is, the mind is just a mechanism that, when it's left unseen by itself, like it's just not put in its place, and then awareness steps away from it and says, now, what do we have in reality, and what's the truth? Instead of mind. That can be done. It's done with just doing art forms, getting into your body. Getting into your body. Anybody start at age 2 yet and get into age 3? Or did you have a narcissist there completely telling you no, and then showed you a bunch of pennies and say, you look at this? Learn how to be something that can care less about your bodily experience, and especially the human associations that are conducting around you, the quality of them, the presence that you're being to one another, or anything. Because the money institution or forum is not being used correctly. It's been hijacked. It's been taken. I mean, of course, if it's just hooked into your food. God, it's fucking plain. I swear. I don't know about you guys, but see, I wanna. I don't need much, and I would love to reorient myself to something that can hear me on a level of, that's not predatorial. That's not the predator. See, I'm just saying, it's like, okay, do you know can you have this conversation with me? You guys are nothing but rendered down into immaturity across the board. Immaturity, especially spiritually, might even start there, and then your mind is shot because you couldn't even get into your bodies, and your bodies, you suck at your bodies, right? Are you the ones doing athletic feats, or are you the ones that you've created a society out there that doesn't even care how they fucking hit baseballs and run around the bases? It's just a lot of it is like, okay. See, the thing is that what happens is people don't get away from the influences around them, which is other people that are just such a bad influence. They override all of the senses, includes your body, right? Oh, we're not going to do that today. Oh, yeah, and just dictating everything. That's like, ugh. And then you have people say, well, that's how you get spoiled kids. It's like, you know what? You're fucking spoiled. And now let's talk about fruits, spoiled fruits, getting next to fruits that are trying to grow or be ripe. It starts to rot. It starts to get rotten. It has to get away. Has to just get away. And how that it became that, it's my experience personally that the reason why it persists and is well taken care of is because money is doing it. If anything, it's just them getting the shitty fucking job that really, look at the job that they have. It's like, okay, so you've been doing something for the government, you better hope that you can find a whole new way to be and save yourself from being a cerebral narcissist that whole time, because they are, if it's a toxic waste zone, you have to just quarantine it off, and you do not let it, like I said, you don't get it in near the ripened fruits. You don't get it near the whole information field that keeps the spiral up and the feel good going, because they are not aiming on this other side here. They're not aiming for your spiral up. They don't know what that is. They are, some of them. It's a fucking massive, um, it's a massive can of worms to open the subject matter of the traits and the scenarios and of what pans out with this. But you can see, um, so many flavors of the expression of it. It's not human, and that's what the problem is. It's not safe. It is in fact, you know what? Your perception is so off about what is happening here on the planet. And it's only a psychological buffer system, but it's deep seated. Some people honor it, and the fact is, it's either unconscious or conscious, and you know deep down. I mean, if you're a human being, you're listening to me, and you know this. This is not your place. These are not your people. Now, you can say that, but really, what is it? What is it? It's a vibrational frequency, a radiation of a vibrational frequency that comes out of the human ecology, which is outnumbering, dominates, which is non-human. It's not love. It's not truth-oriented. It is so disoriented. And it feels like shit. And if you're at all just a little tiny bit healthy, just a little bit, you're going to feel it. You're going to look around and say, oh my God, what? That doesn't make sense. And now you're one of these righteous, But no, go deeper. Go deeper. Go have more compassion for yourself, have more, and look at it again. I saw it one time because I've been alone enough. It's safe to say that, babes, if you're hanging on to every word that I'm whispering to you right now, it's safe to say that you are not where you're supposed to be. Somehow you've fallen into this. Around us is very sickened people, and they hunt you down as just a little bit healthy, as a little bit sensitive, as a little bit vulnerable and needing of support, maybe because it's not that you need help and see that you don't get this. There isn't anything that can help you unless they'd help themselves, right? And they notice they noticed, and they have this conversation for you. They have this conversation for you. This one. Have you noticed? What do we do? What have you done? As a daily ritual, do you prove to yourself that you can heal yourself away? See, this is the thing, is that what is tooling about here as a presence, the non-human thing, that people are the thing that they are. It's not human. Creating all of these illnesses in you, inflammatory diseases and all of this shit, getting on your nerves, thinning out your patience and your intelligence. What are we going to do? You can't hang on to anything that they are up to, and they are very up to it. For me, I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole in so many fields of knowledge, or what I mean is, what do you want to do for money? Or what are you going to do here? Huh? What do you think you're going to fucking do? You're going to go down a rabbit hole. Tesla did. Jesus, was that a rabbit hole? No, this X marked the spot on my shit. When you're being pummeled by what the narcissist has to offer, now I'm just backing away and saying, look at all the EMF waves and the poisons we have. I mean, it's just a wonder that we can hold anything together as a mentality and then speak of anything of any kind of train for 19 minutes now. Who knows where I went, but I know that there's one point from about 17 on, minute 17. I'm sure I've almost gotten what I need off of my chest. Ugh. I think I already gave you that expression too. Ugh. What are we gonna do? I'm currently, right now, as humanity, this is the hardest thing because you have to stay in a high vibrational frequency to communicate something to people that is like, it just kind of, it will help a lot to get your words together better, right? And be calm. The more that you start to get near, you start to just say, excuse me, I feel differently, that something else could happen other than this fucking crock of shit. Bad feeling, really, just a bad feeling. People are not feeling good. Too much disease, too much sadness, too much fucking warring. Maybe your decision to toxify your own fucking yards with city grade asphalt still got to get that. I let that go, but it's like I'm glad I said something. Emotionally disturbed babes, we are all fucked up from this fucking presence that is. Look at me, come on. I'm trying to tell you it's real. The story of our lives here. Which one do you recognize? Do you not even hear a word I'm saying, or are you sensitive enough to say, no, I feel it? What do we do? How do we band together? I say we band together. It's literally band. If you really know half of what I'm saying, because I'm really, you're just fighting for your life, for your best feeling life. You're like, nope, I have a little bit. I think we have a right to have fun here and feel good, aside from what these fucking turd balls are doing. And it's not their fault. That's one thing we're supposed to realize. It's like, well, but can we move them out of the way and get our own sanctuary, address the sickness that is here, quarantine it off properly? How do we do that? Better communication. Better communication. I refuse to believe that I have to be totally fucking, like, have every organ cancerified and my inflammatory disease on high to finally get to the point where I'm like, and so I'm pretty sure there is another life waiting for us. It's healthy. I mean, there's love. It actually exists somewhere, and right, Jesus, you both. Really, we want to be strong and say, excuse me, no. I mean, then actually, because we're still standing up here, and a lot of us aren't really on our knees yet. And can we have our men back?